Hello everyone and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Clint Bowyer season mode. We're up to race 13. Once we get done with this race, we'll be halfway done with the regular season. And this is going to be the longest race of the season, the Coca-Cola 600. To update you on the point situation, I'm 104 points above Martin Truex Jr. Currently have a 50% win ratio with 6 wins after 12 races. Truex has won 2 out of 12, and the rest of the winners, Amarola, DiBenedetto, Dillon, and Wallace, are pretty much random. You know, you'd expect someone like Kyle Busch or Harvick, Hamlin, somebody to pull off a win that would make more sense. Not in this game. But anyway, let's get on to race number 13. And I should mention, this will be the first race where you can tell that I shut off drafting partners. Because the other races, it's not like they were going to be enabled anyway, even if I had it under-enabled. You know, Richmond, how's that going to matter? I had them on at Talladega, but that's because they should be on there. But it doesn't make any sense to be bump drafted at Texas or Kentucky or Charlotte. You know what's kind of funny? This is the first time I ever raced at Charlotte in this entire game. You think, you know, because it's Charlotte, holds a crown jewel race, it's where most of the teams are based, I would have actually, you know, raced here. For some reason, I just always skipped it. This is a new experience for me, at least in this game. I have ran here in Heat 4, but never in Heat 5. Here we go. This green flag for the qualifying lap. I don't think I'll be good enough to get into 29.1, because that sounds a little high. Well, a little low, actually. I should say it another way around. A high speed, low time. I don't think I'll have that in me. Kind of late back to the throttle. That's because I thought the car was going to try and snap. Yeah, definitely off pole. 29.8. 15th. After all that, I skipped who qualified on pole. Anyway, somebody failed tech. Starting 14th. Here's the top stories. I think that was Bowman. Bowman won the pole, so at least we know that it's the Busch brothers, third and second. Joey Logano had to replace the transmission, so he's starting in the back. He's probably the car who I jumped ahead of. And Hal failed tech. Why would Starcom want to cheat the system? What do they have to gain? As I've said before, you'd think that their cars would be too legal. Because they're so far off the pace, you can tell they're not bending any rules. If they are, they're really bending them the wrong way. Imagine that, by the way, if Rick Ware and Starcom are bad because they cheat the wrong direction. You imagine if that was the story you never heard. Newman's going to get around me here, but I'm hoping to go under Kenseth. In the middle, 3 wide. Okay, Brad. Okay. Not cutting Brad any slack. I'm still upset about Texas. Even though I think I've gotten back at him like 30 times now for that. I'll probably never forget until the end of the season. Until I never have to pick up NASCAR Heat 5 again. Which I hope for that to be the case as well. Just giving Billy B bit of a shot right there, and of course he'd speed up. Because, you know, mid-corner bump drafting, that's how it works. Take notes, kids. See that? Chase Elliott doing them drifts? Oh, well, I thought he was going to speed up. His teammates got it figured out, though. It's like a KERS system. You slide sideways, you get all that friction. Get all that friction, you press the KERS button, and you just scoop. I slid it into turn 1 underneath McLeod. Again, I'm in the middle, which I don't like to be. Gonna cut. I cut right up in front of the 78. You can kind of make the top work in 3 and 4. I don't know about 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, it's kind of working. Yeah, 1 and 2, it don't work nearly as good. Newman's trying to spin out on the straightaway here.
Good. Car high. Careful.
Look at that. The car pointed up to 6th spot. The pole sitter's fallen to, behind me now in 7th. And that looks like Kyle Busch is your leader.
Car high. Careful.
And that, in fact, is true. Because I forget that these NASCAR Heat games have a mini-map. I got so used to the ones that didn't that I forgot that they do now. So yeah, we are certainly going to have to pit this stage.
All right. Clear outside.
Oh yeah, this car, it turns good in 3. Definitely doesn't have the same turning speed in turn 1, but it's got it in 3. Bad thing right there. Touch the apron. It's never good.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
Billiam?
Bottom 3.
I had to cut Billiam off. See, turn 3 is just, it feels so nice. You go down there and the car actually sets and it turns. But turn 1, it's just the flat opposite. That time it kind of turned. Like almost. So I'm going to have to make 4 pit stops in this race. So I better not screw this up. Because I've been screwing up a lot of pit stops this season. But this race is not the one to be doing that. I've noticed some people in NASCAR Heat, they actually drag the brake coming into the corners instead of lift. Which, that's just so against, actual logic that I can't bring myself to doing that. But I bet you it is faster in this game. Yet again, the Stewart-Haas cars fighting each other. I'm almost wrecking Kevin.
Clear low, bud.
Oh, Dennis! Into the wall. Okay. Wow, that might knock Denny Hamlin out of the race. I'm gonna go up on the tape a little bit. See how that. I'm touching the mic. See how that works out. I'm gonna be keeping my eye on the tape situation. The oil temperature as this run goes on.
You ready? Hammer down. Grease out. Got a car high now. That's the halfway mark. Car outside. Stay on the bottom here.
I'm getting a suck on Truex. Gonna try and send him to the back.
Careful, still there.
Look at the Busch brothers working the top,
Still there.
trying to side draft Kurt back to me. Okay,
All right.
got the one car really loose.
Inside. All right, you're clear.
And I made an effort there to cut off the 19. And I just let Chase onto my inside. Really couldn't do anything because the car slipped off the bottom.
Last 10 laps. You gotta focus. Car there on the inside.
Oh, okay. Didn't want to do that.
Got one inside.
Did not want to do that.
There on the bottom.
I was wanting to let him by and just cut into the inside line, but I hooked him.
Car outside. Hold your
Truex, you know what?
Got a car low now. All clear.
I know I got a 104-point lead, but I still never like the guy in second. Because I don't trust him. Why should I? Okay, that was a big not trust, though.
Powers called the car.
That was a big not trust. You know, I want to try it. We got 4 stages. I just want to see what'll happen. I got a 104-point lead.
Coming to the green.
I can risk some stage points.
Hammer down, greens out. Careful, still there. Car outside. Hold your line.
Just gave Bobby Carter a bit of a shove.
All right, clear outside. 5 to go, 5 to go.
Looking to make this a bit of an entertaining 5 laps.
Outside, outside. All clear. Bottom's looking good.
All right, we're really slicing and dicing now.
Still there. You're all clear on the bottom. Careful, still there.
Getting the draft on LaJoy. Going through the middle.
Clear low. Car there on your outside. Clear high, clear high.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this car is really good enough to make the strategy call that I just did work. Either that or the surface is a little bit too fresh to make it really work. Because, you know, at Atlanta, this worked perfectly. At Charlotte, not so much.
You at the line. Car on the outside now. Car outside.
But, you know, you gotta experiment
Got room. You're clear.
to know what you really have.
All right, clear outside.
We might be able to get a stage point.
Car there on your outside. All right, you're clear.
All right, so not a complete disaster. I just wanted to see what this car could do on a late race run with fresh tires, and it's not that big of a difference compared to what I was hoping.
That's worth a few points.
So Truex, though, didn't score very many. Only 4 compared to my 1. So that's only a 3-point gain. It's down to 101-point gap. Now Truex is right alongside of me, and I went up 1 on the tape, and I think that's about the limit of what I could do.
Are you ready? Got one inside.
Mortal enemies right here, me and Truex. It's a respectful hatred between the two of us. Okay, whoa.
Bottom's clear. All clear.
That was just about aggressive goes around. Car is loose. Getting in that slipstream of Kenseth. Well, I pushed him
Got a car low
tight.
now. To go. You got this.
Yeah, I don't think this is a race-winning car, but it is a stage point earning car, which is just about all you could ask for.
Car
Just gonna kind of lean on this 19 right here.
Car outside. Hold your line. Got one in.
All right, that was bad. I'll admit that was bad.
Got one down low now.
But so is the physics when that kind of worked.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Inside.
And I might be able to make 3 and 4 work right here. Nope. No, not at all. You think, maybe, just maybe, a Stewart Haas car could cut me a break.
Inside.
But I had to make the break for myself right there. Man, I am really screwing up.
Inside. Hard from the outside. Outside. You're all clear up top.
That was just bad. Alright, I should probably apologize for that, because that was probably an endangerment to society. They should probably move the grandstands back with me doing crap like that. Either way, that gives me good reason to reset. My mindset. I'm not talking about the game. Because that's Game Genie level of cheating. But, right now, just trying to get back into the rhythm. Because that's what I lost battling with Truex.
Got one up top.
Touching the apron every single lap. That won't do you any good, trust me.
Got a car low now. You're all clear up top. All clear. Hold your line. Got one outside.
I can really get these runs on the straightaways, but then I just really can't do anything with them
Careful.
by the time that the corner happens.
Still there. Car there on your outside.
The car will not
Outside.
seat on the bottom.
All clear. Outside. Outside.
It's like it just wants to drift higher and higher, but there's no grip on the top. So, it doesn't really help you. Again, in between two cars.
Hold me a good wheel here. Top's free. Use it if you need it.
I mean, even Jeff Gordon had to tell me not to be an idiot right there.
Got one inside. All right, you're clear.
These are some aggressive blocks if I ever seen one. Look at that. Turn 1 and 2 I actually got through good. How is that possible? What if I only done that once?
Careful, still there. Good to go.
Caution. We can pit. Alright. So, we might be able to cheese a stage win if I can screw over the Bush brothers. BJ McLeod's in 10th, might get a stage point.
Almost ready. Hard from the outside. Outside. Still there.
Alright, we just pushed Kyle Busch out to a pretty good lead. Which,
Still there.
I mean, it's probably good. He deserves some help from me after being so courteous at Richmond. The car is worse on fresh tires than on old.
Got a car low now.
That's going to become my signature move of the day. I'm not even kidding. Oh, jeez. See ya. I deserve 8,000 suspensions.
Ready. Ready. Outside. Outside.
All right, here we come. We got a better run this time. I still don't think it's going to be enough.
Still there.
Okay, it might have been. But look at this, Kenseth.
On the inside. Clear low. Two to go. All right, you're clear.
Oh, Kyle.
You took that stage. Great job.
That's not fair. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., third in the stage. All right. In what way was that fair? That time I wasn't even trying to wreck anybody.
Coming to
But
the
I
green.
did.
Be ready.
This is going to, the opposite of the way the restarts worked at Richmond,
Car up.
where I have, like,
Hold your line.
negative speed on the restarts.
You're all clear.
Here comes Stenhouse up into second. Car actually cornered through 3 and 4 that time. So that was a good change of pace right there.
Got one up top.
Well, I mean, I can make the car corner, but then, Kenseth,
All right, you're clear.
with ultimate speed, gets a run off the top.
Call the caution.
This game is really, really sensitive when it comes to yellows, isn't it? Like, really sensitive. I understand the first couple times where I'm just
All right,
dumping
you're
people,
coming to the green.
but now it's like someone hits the wall.
Green's out. Let's go. Hard from the
I just
outside.
can't wait for the roval
We got 24 laps.
when probably every lap is going to be ran under yellow.
Clear all around.
Okay. The car just wants to plow in 4. I can't believe the speed out of Stenhouse, though. I mean, wouldn't it be great if he wins the Coke 600? I mean, if I can't win it, I want Ricky to. I can't defend.
Looking inside now.
I do not have the pace to defend. Car was in a full four-wheel slide on entry. This is where I lose everything. Right here, because I'm trying the outside and 1.
Car there on the inside.
All right, at least I got tucked in behind Kenseth.
Careful, still there.
Look at that.
All right, you're clear.
That's how you roll the momentum.
Got a car high now. Still there. Hold your line. Got one outside. All clear.
I'm keeping the lead for much longer than I expected. No joke, this car drives better on old rubber. I don't know what we did on this setup that made it so backwards, but this long run thing, though, it's working out in my favor right now.
Caution.
Okay. That puts an end to all the fun I was having on old rubber.
All right.
A very quick shootout
Going green.
for the end of the third stage. Excuse me.
Out. Let's go. Car on the outside now.
As long as they keep trying the outside, I think I've found a pretty good way of defending.
Hold your line. Got one outside. All clear. Got
No,
one
I haven't.
outside. Car outside. Clear high, bud. All clear.
That was not a very good way of defending.
Caution.
No, that was bad. Alright, here we go. Yet another restart. Because I just about killed the field again. There's Truex on my outside.
Out here. Going green.
I ain't cutting him any breaks.
Hammer down. Green's out. Car outside. Hold your line. Got one outside. All clear. Here you go, driver.
Sorry for just about falling silent, but I am really focused to hold off Kenseth again. Again. It's always me and him now.
One to go.
Matt Kenseth's been putting together a really good effort over these last two races to make the playoffs. And that's yet another stage win for me. Starting to get just about as good at stage wins as Chase Briscoe. Both Briscoe's luck I'll end up not winning the championship. Truex fortunately fell to 8th. So, that's good for me. I'm going to get damage repair. How'd we repair damage that fast? The whole right side of the car was indented.
Coming to the green.
Don't question, my pit crew nailed it.
Car on the outside now. All right, you're clear.
Oh, I wanted to cut Kevin off. I was just trying to slide up in front of him to slow him down, and I just about wrecked him. Loving this game of defense I've been putting on Kenseth lately. You know, the entirety of the last stage, I'm really happy that he keeps taking the top. Because that opens up, you know, the opportunity for me to block it. Which is making for actually fun racing. Because if Kenseth decides to run the bottom, I'd be toast. So, I'm just feeling a little fortunate right now that he's not running that line.
40 to go. You got this.
I'm really waiting for when the tires start to fall off, because that should be when I start putting the gap on him. I slid into 3. So that kind of hurt my exit.
Yellow's out. Packer down.
Caution flag. So yeah, we're not going to pit. We're going to stretch it just a little bit longer. We will have to pit in the final stage.
We're going green.
I just don't know when.
Almost ready. Green's out. Let's go. Outside, outside.
See that right there? When I went up to slow down the 42, that's what I wanted to do to Harvick on the last restart, but instead I just about dumped him. We do not give the AI the thought that they can go to the bottom. All right, Byron hooked the bottom. Red alert.
Down low now. All right, clear low. Got a car low now.
All right, good. He jumped to the top. I got him right where I want him. But he went right down to the bottom in turn 3.
Bottom's clear.
And does he save it? Does he lose it? He lost it.
Caution.
Okay, now we can pit. Get fresh stuff. So I dropped back 11 spots, because of course I would. I praise my pit crew, and then they go and screw me over. Classic Stewart-Haas pit crew work.
All right, let's go. Inside. All clear.
At least the 47 car's Stenhouse is really slow on restarts. So Chase Elliott's the leader. And I very obviously wrecked him earlier.
Stay low, stay low. Clear high, bud.
So the pole sitter is now the leader, because Bowman took it,
Laps to go.
I think.
Car outside.
Maybe not quite yet. Yeah, it's a Hendrick battle.
Got a car low now.
Bowman and Elliott.
Got a car low now. Inside. Hold your line. Got one outside.
Why is Kenseth lifting?
Hold your line.
It's screwed me up twice now that he's been doing that.
Car there on your outside.
There goes Harvick. On the inside of Elliott. Looks like he's about to say screw everyone. And maybe win for the first time this season.
Clear high. Clear high.
I'm up to 4th, though. And I'm in contention. Because I think I
Your best lap ever.
ruined Chase Elliott's aerodynamics earlier by wrecking him. Gonna just get around Kurt right here. Get up to Chase. Side draft.
You're all clear up top.
Oh yeah, we're in this thing. We are in the hunt.
Excellent lap. Good
Come on, Kevin.
outside.
Gotta give it to the best Stewart-Haas car. It's a battle for supremacy.
You're all
Just the
clear
way
up top.
Tony'd like it. You know, I bet you Tony would really like it if his 14 car went to victory lane this often. I'm sure he would be enthralled with that. Then again, who knows? That's what Briscoe might be able to do. I doubt it, but who knows? We got a slow car through 3 and 4. I hope to God that doesn't bring out caution. Is he smart enough to pit? Yep. I think that was Red Dick.
5 laps to go.
Why is this car handle better when the tires wear? We're down to 66% on the right rear and handles the best it's handled all day. Like, now the car is 100% able to hook the bottom. And it's because we're down to about 60% on the right rear. What is this? Still a little tight in 4. We have 4 cars on pit road right now. That means we got some of them running out of gas. Some poor saps who didn't pit on the last yellow.
Couple more turns, 2 more, 2 to go.
Harvick's gaining on me, and I don't like it. All right, 1 lap to go.
Go get the checker flag.
All right. Well, that saved me from choking it in the last corner. I know that for sure. And we beat out Kevin Harvick. The battle for supremacy. That's a crown jewel win. So I kind of wish I would have paid attention to the last lap of the race to tell who actually wrecked. But either way, they really did me a solid. Just some brotherly love out of a teammate. All right, here I come at about 150 miles an hour. Well, a little bit less than that now that I hit the wall, but... the fans are loving this 7-win season out of Clint Bowyer. That's actually a higher win ratio than 50%. Well, I guarantee you Clint Bowyer's not doing the math. You know, considering how much I was sucking early on in this, I wasn't expecting to get good. You know, I really did pick up a lot of time at through stage 3 and down to, you know, the final stage. Pretty great time, actually, once you get used to the track. All right, so yet again, we got a speed rating of 105. It did the 1 lap down glitch again. Anyway, that screwed up. Look at the point gap now. 615 to 490. I've got 7 wins. This is just incredible. And there's a Coke 600 trophy. We're picking up all the famous ones. You know, grandfather clocks, 600 trophies. You know, I'm thinking about coming back next season to run the Daytona 500. Just to see if I can win it. No more races beyond that. I want to put down NASCAR Heat 5 after that. But I want to see if I can win the Daytona 500. I've got them all by now except for Daytona. Anyway, fastest lap was Kyle Busch. Most laps led was me for absolutely no reason and not for fair reasons. Joe Logano was on the move, started 39th, finished 14th. That's a pretty good job, actually. And Denny Hamlin started 7th, finished 40th. Bad luck for him. So that means Hamlin finished dead last. That kind of benefits me. Where did Truex finish? 8th. All right, so we've scored 7 wins. We got a very significant gap above Martin Truex Jr. The drivers who need points are Reddick, Logano, Johnson, Stenhouse, and Eric Jones. By the way, Logano is not in the playoffs right now. Matt Kenseth raced his way all the way up in there with good stage finishes in 600. So great, now we got Kenseth, Newman, and Byron up in here, along with the other ridiculous winners. And Truex, look at the gap that me and Truex have put on the field, by the way. Just look at that. It goes from 490 down to 270 when it comes to third, but that's because of, Almirola's win. If you actually look at it, it's pretty close between Truex and Kyle Busch, but I'm in my own zip code right now with all the stage points and wins. So anyway, the next race is the Digital Ally 400 from Kansas. Hoping to get a good finish there. Wasn't really expecting to win out of the 600, so let's see how we do at Kansas. And I will see you there.